Emily nods once. I understand. At the door, she turns back. Principal Moore, the security footage from the locker room yesterday between 8:15 and 8:45. Has anyone reviewed it? Moore's expression flickers. That will not be necessary. Emily holds her gaze for exactly 2 seconds. She knows now. The system will not help her. The third strike is digital. Emily's phone buzzes during sixth period. She opens the screen to find herself tagged in a video showing someone in a Westbridge blazer pushing another student. The caption, "New girl attacks sophomore. Westbridge needs to act." Within an hour, the video has 300 shares. Emily watches the numbers climb. She screenshots everything and saves it to a folder labeled History Homework. Then she returns to her notes. What she does not do is panic. The fourth strike requires an audience. Jason corners her outside the library with half a dozen witnesses. Phone's already recording. So the video's fake, right? Emily stops walking. The video shows someone in a blazer. It does not show me. Funny, because Tyler Morrison says you shoved him into a locker. Tyler Morrison, the student who was in detention yesterday for plagiarism. That Tyler Morrison. Jason's smile falters. Are you calling him a liar? I am stating facts. Jason steps closer. Let me make something clear, new girl. My father runs this town. One phone call, and your scholarship disappears. One phone call, and you get expelled. Emily meets his eyes. Then make the call. She walks through the gap in the semicircle before he can respond. Behind her, Jason's face cycles through confusion, anger, and something that might be fear. Through all of it, Emily documents everything. Photographs with timestamps, screenshots of every online attack, names and dates recorded in a notebook. And always her eyes track the cameras. Lucas Reed notices. He finds Emily in the library during study hall. The video says 2:47 p.m. last Tuesday. You were in AP Chemistry at 2:47. I know because I sit 3 rows behind you. Why are you telling me this? Because it's the truth. And because I'm starting to think Jason has gone too far. The chemistry alibi. Can you get me a copy? Lucas hesitates. I can try. Trying is not enough. Either you can or you cannot. He meets her eyes. I can. Then do it. And Lucas, be careful. They're watching you now too. The fifth strike comes with a badge. Friday afternoon, the announcement crackles. Emily Carter, please report to the main office immediately. Principal Moore stands with a uniformed officer and another figure. Tall, broad shoulders, badge reading Captain. Mark Whitmore looks at Emily the way a predator looks at prey. Miss Carter, this is Captain Whitmore from the Westbridge Police Department. He needs to ask you some questions. Emily Carter, you are being detained for questioning regarding assault allegations filed by Tyler Morrison. I would like to see the formal complaint. 17-year-olds don't ask for paperwork. You're arresting me. Detaining. A difference that still requires probable cause. Do you have it? Mark has never been challenged by a teenager in front of witnesses. Turn around, hands behind your back. The metal of the handcuffs is cold against her wrists. Mark steers her toward the door. The hallway is not empty anymore. Students line both sides, phones raised. Jason Whitmore stands near the front doors, smile radiant. Outside, a police cruiser waits. Just before the door closes, Emily speaks quietly but clearly. You sure you want to do this today? Mark Whitmore freezes. Something flickers across his face. Confusion, then recognition, then something that looks almost like fear. He slams the door shut, because this is not a defeat. This is exactly what she has been waiting for. The interrogation room smells like stale coffee and institutional despair. Mark slides a paper across the table. Sign this statement admitting you assaulted Tyler Morrison. I would like to call a lawyer. You're a minor. You don't get a lawyer unless your guardian requests one. Mark leans back. Your emergency contact said, and I quote, handle it however you see fit. He stands. You're alone, Miss Carter. No parents, no money, no connections. Sign the paper, or this gets much worse. Emily is quiet. Then, Captain Whitmore, what year did you join the force? What? Simple question. 2003. Why? And before that, you were stationed in Virginia. Arlington Field Office. The room temperature drops. How do you know that? There was a case in 2002, federal investigation into money laundering. Several local officers were implicated. The lead investigator was Daniel Carter. Mark's hands gripped the table. What are you doing? The case was closed suddenly. Files sealed. The lead investigator died in a car accident 3 weeks later. Ruled accidental. Who are you? Emily stands. My name is Emily Carter. Daniel Carter was my father. The words land like a physical blow. Mark staggers back. That's impossible. His daughter was placed in protection. I was sent exactly where I needed to be. Emily's thumb traces her watch. This belonged to him. He gave it to me the night before he died. The case was closed. Cases can be reopened. She pauses. That camera, is it recording? He does not answer, which is an answer. Everything you've said in this room is documented now. The threats, the coercion. Add that to what I already have, and I think we're well past simple. You have nothing. I have enough. But I'm not the one you should be worried about. Mark's radio crackles. Captain, we have vehicles approaching. Federal plates. The door opens. A woman in a dark suit steps through. Captain Whitmore, we need to have a conversation. This is my jurisdiction. Not anymore. Agent Sarah Collins produces a document. Federal warrant. She turns to Emily. Miss Carter, are you all right? I'm fine. Is it time? Collins nods. An agent removes the handcuffs. It's time. You can't do this. I'm a police captain. You have the right to remain silent. I suggest you exercise it. At the threshold, Emily looks back at Mark. My father used to say the hardest part of justice is patience. Waiting for the right moment, letting people reveal themselves. She holds up her watch. He also said the truth keeps time even when everything else stops. Collins escorts Emily through corridors where officers now step aside, eyes averted. She leads Emily to a conference room commandeered as a temporary command center. This arrived at Principal Moore's email 18 hours ago. Collins clicks play. The screen fills with documents from 2002, police reports, financial records, internal memos. Your father was thorough. He created a backup. Everything encrypted and hidden. He told me it was insurance. The encryption key, it was in there the whole time, wasn't it? Collins points to the watch. Emily nods. He knew they'd come for him, but they couldn't destroy what they couldn't find. Did you plan all of this? The transfer, the confrontation, getting arrested? I planned to find evidence. I didn't plan for Jason to target me, but when he did, I recognized the opportunity. You used yourself as bait. I used their arrogance against them. They never considered I might be waiting for exactly this. Your father would be proud. An agent enters. Captain Whitmore is requesting counsel, and Jason Whitmore is refusing to leave campus. Local news crews are arriving. I need to go back, Emily says. That's not a good idea. Those students watch me get arrested. They deserve to see the truth. Collins nods slowly. We go together. The crowd at Westbridge has tripled. Jason holds court on the front steps. This is harassment. My father is a decorated officer. The federal vehicles pull up. Collins emerges, badge visible. Behind her, Emily Carter. Jason's expression cycles through confusion, anger, fear. What is she doing here? Mr. Whitmore, I need you to step back. Do you know who my father is? I know exactly who your father is, which is why I'm here to inform you that Captain Mark Whitmore has been taken into federal custody, pending investigation. Jason staggers. That's not possible. Your father is being processed at a federal facility. His badge has been confiscated. Jason turns to Emily. You did this. Your father did this. Emily's voice is calm. 10 years ago, he signed an order that buried evidence of money laundering. The lead investigator tried to stop him. Your father helped arrange his death. That investigator was my father. You're lying. I have documents. Bank records, internal memos, a recorded conversation. Everything my father collected before he died. She holds up her watch. He hid it here. I've been carrying it for 10 years. Waiting. Waiting for what? For someone to give me a reason. You gave me that reason, Jason. Every insult, every lie, you thought you were breaking me. You were actually helping me. I documented everything. Every attack, every time your father used his position to threaten me, it went into the file. Jason looks around wildly. The faces that used to orbit him now stare with doubt, suspicion, distance. This isn't fair. You set us up. I gave you a choice. Every single day, you could have left me alone. Instead, you chose to attack someone you thought was powerless. She steps closer. My father taught me something. He said bullies don't stop because they realize they're wrong. They stop when the cost of being wrong becomes too high. Principal Moore emerges, face ashen. Collins addresses the crowd. Principal Moore is being placed on administrative leave pending investigation. Jason watches her go. What about me? Emily considers him. That depends on you. She produces the sticky note. I kept every piece of evidence you left behind. There's enough to press charges. She pauses. However, I'm not here for revenge. I'm here for the truth. If you cooperate, if you testify about what you knew, I'll recommend reduced charges. You do that. You're not your father, Jason. You're 18. You made choices based on what he taught you. That doesn't excuse it, but it means you still have a chance to become something different. She turns away. One more thing. Lucas Reed tried to help me when no one else would. He was your best friend, and you were going to let him burn. Think about what kind of person you want to be. The aftermath unfolds over weeks. Mark Whitmore is formally charged with 6 federal counts. 3 city officials are indicted. Principal Moore resigns. Jason is suspended, cooperates with investigators, accepts community service and counseling. Lucas Reed finds Emily in the library before transferring schools. I never said thank you. You took a risk when it mattered. That counts. What you did, I don't know if I could have done the same. You did do the same. You chose truth over loyalty. Agent Collins visits Emily 3 months later. The trial dates are set. Your testimony will be crucial. I've been ready for 10 years. Collins slides an envelope across the table. Formal recognition and a recommendation letter. She pauses. There's something else. We found additional files. Other cases, other cities, other officers. How many? We don't know yet. But we could use someone with your skills. After college, after you decide what you want your life to look like. I'll think about it. At the door, Collins turns. Your father sent a message to a secure server the night before he died. We only found it last month. What did it say? It said, if you're reading this, she did it. Tell her I never doubted. Emily's breath catches. Thank you for telling me that. Emily sits alone for a long time. The watch ticks steadily. Justice is not a single moment. It's the accumulation of small choices made over time. Her father taught her that. She opens the envelope. Inside, a photograph, her father, young and smiling, at the FBI Academy. On the back, Daniel Carter, class of '94, most likely to change the world. I finished it, she says quietly. I finished what you started. The final scene unfolds on graduation day, 18 months later. Emily stands among her classmates. She graduates with honors. Full scholarship to Georgetown. Pre-law. Her phone buzzes. Lucas saw the news. Congratulations. Another buzz. Unknown number. She finds an envelope taped to her old locker. Inside, a photograph of her father with agents she doesn't recognize. On the back, coordinates and a date. Emily stares at the photograph. Her father's investigation didn't end with Mark Whitmore. The work isn't finished. She walks out of Westbridge for the last time. The sun is setting. Emily Carter adjusts her watch, checks the time, and begins planning her next move. Because some stories don't end. They evolve. And this is just the beginning.